problem. I know TVGuide.com. I went to the URL today. I was doing some searching around, and they took that article down, so it was no longer up there. And I think that pissed off quite a few people in the media. And I mean, they went into damage control last week with it, where they sent out a press release this week after Monday Night Raw as well, where they basically hinted that it wasn't over. What do you think? I mean,
you're getting off track. You're getting off track there, man. I'm talking about the rating and what made it go up so much. I'm curious. I personally think I agree that it was a combo, but I agree it would. Let's put it this way: if the show wasn't commercial free, it wouldn't have done that. I think it was the combo of Donald Trump coming in, which gave them the press. I mean, you could say they didn't get as much as they wanted. They still got way more than any regular weekly Raw ever gets as far as press. So you had all the extra press, and in the press it was highly noted that it was commercial-free, and I think that intrigued a lot of people. Plus, you throw in the fact that it was the last show before the Bash, and maybe this is pretty important, I'm not sure, last man standing for the WWE title sounds like a pay-per-view main event. Triple H's second week back. There's a lot of factors you could point to, but I'm going to say the number one reason was the commercial-free, because even I and I'm not a really, really big wrestling fan. I'm back into the product now. I enjoy it enough, to watch it and follow it and everything. I was intrigued as hell about the commercial-free aspect. I was like, wow, what are they going to, I knew the matches would be longer.
But why? Why? Because they do that, I mean, you order
it's not a pay-per-view, though, bro. These are, they're advancing storylines. They're not just doing blow-off matches from the storylines. You know what I mean? Like, they're...
Right. But a pay-per-view is 3 hours on a monthly basis.
But that's the payoff. That's the payoff to the storylines. This was they're building storylines without promos, segments, interferences in matches. They're building storylines, stuff that's important to the story in the company was going to happen, especially being at the final show before the Bash. And that's way different than a pay-per-view. Pay-per-view is the storylines are done, and now you get to see the match that resulted from the storylines.
I think I agree. I think I agree with you when you say I think what spiked the ratings were mostly the commercial free, because I know when Raw goes to a commercial over here, I mean, I flip back and forth between channels, whether there's an NBA game or to the Yankees game, and people get tuned in and forget to turn back, or they turn back and it's halfway through a match. You know what I mean? So you lose them halfway.
Or if you tune in. If you tune out on a commercial and you come back and it's something boring, you might stay away a little long. And the quarter hours is what ratings are predicated on. And you got to think, it can't just be Donald Trump, because if you look at the quarter hour and breakdown for last week, Trump's, thing did spike it, even though it wasn't promoted, and this week's was. But, you can kind of gauge, like last week Donald Trump, appeared, everybody got on the phone, Donald Trump, So the quarter hour wasn't like an amazing last week for Trump's segment. Or segments, I should say. So I think it was really the combination of getting all that extra press and the press focusing on the fact that it was a commercial-free show.
Let me ask you this. Did you know that KFC has grilled chicken now?
That was hilarious, wasn't it? Big buckets of chicken at the announce table. You got to love that. Come on.
Oh, that was
got to love that.
I mean, KFC was like their main dog. They must have went out to KFC and said, all right, we need at least one person that can advertise.
And you got to...
I mean... USA Network handles the advertising. I mean, WWE doesn't see any of the. They don't get paid for the commercial time that airs during Raw on a weekly basis.
Sure they do. Sure they do.
Well, USA Network takes care of.
Not directly, but yeah. But now, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say now. Son of a bitch.
Well, what'd you think of Raw overall? I mean,
for some reason I can't think back and remember if I liked it or not. I remember thinking it just kept, even though I knew it was commercial free, I kept waiting for the commercial or like a break of some point, and the only breaks you really got was a segment backstage or Cole and Lawler. Cole and Lawler, talking about stuff that just happened, and a lot of replays and they still did the Did You Know fact. I mean, it was the same style show, just without the commercial. They just made the matches longer and then had a couple more segments. Which, by the way, we'll talk about it. We're going to talk about Raw, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to jump right into that.
There was some goofy-ass comedy that they did last night that was pretty pathetic.
Here's the problem. Monday night, by the way. It's not Tuesday, baby.
Is that what I said?
Well, you said last night.
That's what I said. Is that what I said? Well, I'm an idiot. I apologize.
Right. Well,
we know
Matt Boone's an idiot, so we're all good on
don't you eat a big fat dick? How about that?
Yeah.
You got the cuss earlier.
Easy,
You got the cuss
baby,
earlier.
Easy.
You dropped 2 F-bombs already. Let me give that was my only vulgarity of the night right there.
I was ranting and raving. You know what I mean? Ranting and raving. You gotta sometimes speak what's on your mind. So be it. And if you want me to eat a big fat whatever, dude. All right. So Monday Night Raw from I just did it too.
Look at you. Everybody here knows Ryan Clark's an idiot. Everybody knows. Back in your face, boy.
All right. So we Donald Trump. Raw kicked off with Donald Trump. Came to the top of the ramp, and some of the stuff on Raw with the Trump and McMahon, especially when Vince came out and said something along the lines of, "You can't do this. I'm losing money." What do you mean you're losing money? You sold Raw. How are you losing money? So as far as a storyline standpoint, you know, when you know what I'm talking about.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, it's not his show anymore. How is he losing? Oh, no. I get. He still owns WWE. Trump owns Raw. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so
he still profits from Raw because he's the owner of WWE, which owns Raw. He just doesn't have any control over Raw. You know what I mean? That's storyline goofy explanation, but none of it makes sense.
Towards the end of it, when Vince was about to fire him or did fire him, and Vince said something like, "If you ever come in my ring or get in my face again, I'll kick
Say it, bro. Do it.
He says, "I'll kick your butt," or something like that.
No. You're fired.
No, not the fire thing. We're not even to that point yet.
We'll build up to it.
He says something like, "I'll kick your butt," or something like that. And I'm thinking, all right, I know it's a PG-rated program, but it would just that word ass, you know, I will kick your ass, or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you're at church and somebody steals your Bible, I'm going to kick your butt. You know, come on, you can say ass.
And then that's the footage that you're going to send out to the media, right? And the media is going to look at that as like, wow, this is so corny. It just, that one word, ass or butt, you know what I mean? And it's just, when it goes out to the media, it just looks so corny when they put that up, and that's why they get laughed at all the time, and no one takes it. You know, I think that you got to be more edgy. You know what I mean?
Ultimate fanatic, bro, in this chat room. Last week he had the Did You Know mock parody facts. Remember that I was telling you?
Right.
This week he just, I don't know what he's doing so far, but I just caught one of his messages. He said, Ryan Clark versus Jose Rivera versus Matt Boone in the first ever softball match at WZR Mania, live on pay-per-view. I love it. This dude's awesome. He's got to call in, man.
Well, call in. 724.
Call in, bro.
724-444-7444. Call ID number 30273, followed by the pound key. A lot of these people, I don't know, they show up, but we don't bite. You know what I mean?
They're chat room all-stars, but I think they're too timid to get on and be themselves on the air. It's no big deal. It's just Boone and Clark here. We're all friends. We're all in the same army. Just call up and be funny.
All in the same army. The commanders, baby. Who's the commanders of the WZR?
I'm the lieutenant. I don't even know the ranking system. What's the highest one? I'll be the highest one.
I have no idea. I've never been a part of the army.
Or college.
I don't know. But 724-444-7444. ID number is 30273, followed by the pound key, WZROnline.com /chat. Get on in the live chat room right now.
Get your butt in there. Get it?
Get your butts in the live.
Not your ass. We're not allowed to say it.
I know. I got it, Boone. I got it. Come on, buddy. All right, so Donald Trump comes out and basically says that for everybody in attendance tonight who paid for a ticket in Green Bay, you're going to get your money back. This is another thing. That
I don't get at all. What was the purpose? What was the purpose of that? I don't get it.
What I'm thinking is Donald Trump comes out, right, and then Donald Trump halfway through the show is fired, so the people still get their money back? So even though Vince goes and fires Trump, Vince is still going to give the people their money back. Is that what we're saying here?
I guess Trump owned Raw, and then Vince picks up next. Who the hell knows? But
dude, it didn't make
sense. I think they legitimately paid $250,000 to make sure Donald Trump was a babyface. I think that was the only reason they did. Because what purpose? What reason?
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Media attention, maybe. I don't know. What? Probably media attention and Trump babyface. And is the only reason they did that, which is
the thing
crazy.
about it is if it was a Britney Spears concert or something like that, right, and she came out and said, hey, everybody's getting their money back, I mean, that would be all over gossip websites.
True.
Everywhere.
Probably, yeah, media, yeah.
You know, they come out.
Oh, that was what I forgot to mention earlier. And it's going to sound stupid now because it's way out of context. We were talking about the KFC chicken buckets on the announce table. If I'm